Assalamu alaikum and hello. My name is Abdul Rasheed. Welcome to the Philadelphia Muslim Oral History Project. This series is a part of In the Path of Islam, a project brought to you by the Free Library of Philadelphia and funded by the Doris Duke Foundation for Islamic Art. This series and project shares and uplifts the voices of Muslims indigenous to Philadelphia and the Delaware Valley. These personal accounts that you're about to hear are unique, probably not written down, and important to be passed on for future generations. Insha'Allah, God willing, you will enjoy these stories as told by the people who have experienced them. Thank you, and may you be blessed with goodness always.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. My name is Hajjah Rafiqa Abdul Rasheed, the director of the Jewels of Islam Supportive Network Interfaith Program for women 50 years and older. I was baptized as a Catholic when I was a baby, and I went to Catholic elementary school. As a little girl, I had a strong faith in God, but when I went to Catholic elementary school, I did not understand why people prayed to saints for things. In my mind, praying to one God was sufficient. When I became a teenager, I stopped going to church because the confession of sins to a priest and the role he was playing did not seem to make much sense to me. I felt a person can pray directly to God for forgiveness of sins. When I visited Baptist churches, I did not understand a minister saying only Christians will go to heaven. I thought, what about all the good people in the world, and that God created all these different people in different religions? How can man say that? I got married in 1972 and married a good man. We met in college. As a child, he went to an Episcopal church, but as a teenager, he did not go to any church, but still believed in God. We were enjoying our life, working, traveling, and just being together and spending time with family. We felt at the time that was sufficient. In 1972, my husband became Muslim, and I noticed how he changed. He started going to the masjid every Friday, which is the day of congregational prayer for Muslims. He started taking classes in Arabic, the language that the Quran is in. He began making the 5 daily prayers, which is obligatory, and during that whole time, I was observing him and was curious about all these things he was doing. One day, my husband asked me, what did I believe? I said I believed in God, but I could not say I called myself a Catholic or a Christian. I began to reflect on that more and more. My husband made the pilgrimage to Mecca, the first house of prayer in Saudi Arabia, in 1975. My husband and I are very close, and he would never go on trips without me, and vice versa. When he made the trip to Mecca, I felt so sad that he was going on a trip so far from me until he explained what making the pilgrimage to Mecca means and that it is obligatory and the 5th pillar of Islam if you can afford it and the blessings attached to it. When he returned from Hajj, he told me about the trip and how it made him feel and said he had prayed that I would become Muslim. I started reading about Islam, and after reading about it, What struck me right away is the first pillar of Islam, which is belief in the one God, no partners. Also, I related to the six main beliefs: belief in Allah, the one and only God, belief in angels, belief in all the holy books, belief in the prophets Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, less belief in the day of judgment, belief in predestination. I became Muslim in 1976, and I made the pilgrimage to Mecca in 1985, and my husband accompanied me, being his second time making Hajj, because if possible, husbands should accompany their wife on Hajj or have someone be responsible for their safety. The cultural changes that I have seen since I accepted Islam is that as Muslims, we share a common language, Arabic, and our religious beliefs are based on Quran and are based on the five pillars of Islam: belief in one God, prayer 5 times a day, giving and charity, fasting during the month of Ramadan, and the pilgrimage to Mecca. The changes that I noticed that Islam has impacted on our society here in America is today we see many Muslims involved in the civic and political life in America. We see Muslims in the position of mayors in some cities and other political areas. For example, in Philadelphia, we have State Senator Sharif Street and City Councilman Curtis Jones, and an ambassador of interfaith newly confirmed in the White House, and two female Muslims in Congress. All of them are inspiring our Muslim youth, and here in Philadelphia, Muslims organize to get our major holidays recognized in the public school and put on the school calendars. Mayors in Philadelphia have invited Muslims to have iftar, which is the meal at the end of the day of fasting during Ramadan, at City Hall. And presidents also had iftars in the White House. President George Bush gave recognition to Islam as a religion of peace soon after terroristic attacks on the U.S. on September the 11th, 2001. This involvement of politics for Muslims is nothing new. It goes back to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, founding of Medina. He created a written constitution, the Constitution of Medina, in 622 CE. The main thing of this constitution was to explain the rights, duties, and responsibilities to each group with boundaries of this new Islamic state. The Constitution also addressed minority rights and diversity. Everyone derived justice. The Constitution said that Jews and Muslims can practice their religions freely. It also regulated issues between the Muslims and the Jews of Medina. Any issues between Jews and Muslims were given to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, as the mediator, and ended in a non-violent solution. You can find information on the Constitution of Medina in Ibn Ishaq Sirah Rasul Allah, translated biographies of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, from Quran and Hadiths. I would like my legacy to be to have the Jewels of Islam supportive network interfaith program to continue for our seniors and to have affordable housing for our seniors. Thank you.